All right, and so this will be the first game uh, series between Optimus Prime and Jerimuno. Play all 5 series, part of Week 1 of the ESOC Premier League. Optimus Prime's team that he's representing are the Nilla Ninjas, and representing Team SKG, or I suppose just SKG, is Jerimuno, their representative. So currently, the score in the league is 6 points to the Nilla Ninjas and 4 points to SKG. So this is a series where Jerimuno's looking to get the lead for his team. Each game win counts as a point towards both players' teams, and there are 5 games up for contention, meaning 5 points up for contention. So there is the opportunity to go 5-0, which would deny your opponent from gaining any points for his team, also net you 5 points, but doing so is pretty difficult. That said, I don't think it's out of the cards for Jerimuno. I think this is a matchup player who he is very happy to be playing against. And Optimus has his work cut out for him. He's a little bit less active and a little bit more inconsistent than his opponent today, but that doesn't excuse his skill. He's definitely around that lieutenant colonel to colonel skill level, so we should have a good match.
Definitely. Already picking up 4 yaks, Jerimuno has. I'm picking up another 2 in the north here. And I'm not sure if he scouted 100 food, but if he did, he probably wants to bring his explorers over there.
Yeah, so Optimus, he's getting a treasure right now. He's getting the 120 coin. It's pretty good. It's not relevant in Age 1, but it's a big resource grab, so not too bad. But I don't think that that is going to outweigh the 8 llamas that Jerimuno has picked up. So Jerimuno, no treasures to either player quite yet, but 120 coin to 120 coin going to Optimus pretty shortly here. Still, 8 llamas for Jerimuno. That is going to greatly boost his Toshogu shrine in base, as I imagine it's going to be. Or any shrines that he builds in base. Like 8 llamas is pretty sick, denying Optimus from even getting a single one.
Very true, very true. And I think he did scout the 100 food. Look at Jerimuno, he's going up towards it.
He might have swung right by
That
it.
could be a huge swing.
100%. He came probably just around this bend to grab those llamas, and then also got the scout on the 100 food. That's going to be easy pickings. It's a little bit harder for the Japan explorers because usually what you want to do is crack shot one Curry blower and then get into melee with the last one. Hopefully this Curry
Right.
blow gunner, he goes down here, and then he's Jerimuno, that is able to get into melee with that last one without taking too much of that 30 range they have.
Scout getting picked up here, which is also pretty nice.
It's a nice pickup, but not much in the way of resource value, at least relevant Age 1 resource value. He did get the 120 coin, but that's not going to be a big deal in a Japan mirror, at least right now. But 100 food. It's definitely going to expedite the age up, and even though Optimus is sitting with a little bit more higher food count at the moment, big divergence in the shipment order here. So Optimus Prime opting for 300 wood and actually converting that directly into shrines. And in fact, he didn't even get a consulate in the age up, so he probably didn't gather any wood off the start. I'm not sure if it was a 200 or a 300 wood start, but I imagine it's probably a 200 wood start, just inferring from Jerimuno's age up time. Another 100 food treasure, and right by his base, being able to poof his explorers back, use their special ability, and now he might net 2 separate 100 food treasures, and that's going to be really good, especially because it seems like Jerimuno's the one going for the typical defensive Japan playstyle, but Optimus Prime with 300 wood, no consulate, likely the Torii gates. Let's look at the text being researched. Shogu Shrine. Toshogu Shrine? Oh, Toshogu Shrine for Optimus Prime as well. I thought that might have been the Torii Gates because it seems like he's going for a pretty aggressive build order with no consulate and 300 wood, no Kami, so not as much booming potential. Of course, he still can Shrine Boom, but it's not quite as efficient as if he had sent Kami. Still, it's going to get Optimus Prime a decent advantage. in early H2, or yeah, early H2 and kind of mid H2 as well, as long as he's able to leverage that advantage he had. Also going for a slow age up. I think both players opting for one villager on the wonder, than any more or any less.
I'm wondering how Jerimuno got the 100 food, but is still aging at around the same time as Optimus. So the 100 food here going to Opti there.
Oh wow, completely ignored by
That means
Jerimuno.
he's yeah, but it means he's not shrining though. But he's still up 20 shrine population, which is interesting. I guess that's probably a factor because of the 300 wood, maybe.
Yeah, I think Optimus has a good position. He's got this whole this whole side shrined up for himself, and now he can kind of work on the other areas of the map. The ones probably closer to his base. There's plenty of hunts around here that he can continue to shrine. This Toshogu's also going to attract some of these guanacos. Also got another ostrich hunt, or Rhea hunt, I guess, or to the still by the Toshogu. 8 llamas, look at that. 1.56 resource gathering on that Toshogu, whereas Optimus Prime's is just sitting at 0.91. That's like a full extra villager just having
Wow,
these llamas stacked to it.
true. Consulate, both of them on Japanese. Interesting. Like, are they gonna get club? I'm honestly not too well versed in this matchup. Is that for clubs to siege shrines
100%. That's
potentially?
usually what it is. I think sometimes players, maybe not in the Japan mirror, but they also go for like costs 150 export. There's a military rickshaw, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's 150. And that can be kind of good. It helps to go for like a tech switch when you're like trying to mix in a stable and naganatas into your composition. But here, look at that, five Yamabushi right out the gate. That's definitely going to help him clean up some of Yaramuno's shrines around the map. Oh, but what? Shinobi no Mano is out for Jerimuno. So instead of going for, uh, you know, same similar shrine, Yamabushi, where he's going to siege down Opti's shrine, he's actually going to go pressure Optimus's little raid force with these Yamabushi. That's kind of an interesting play. Have quick 4 Yumi and 2 Shinobis. He's gonna lose 1 shrine, but he's also gonna be able to pressure these Yamabushi, or he's gonna be able to force them away because I think Optimus has a line of sight of those Yumis, so not gonna get the pressure he probably wanted. I guess it is pressure, but not damage. They didn't like snake down one of the Yamabushis, and they're gonna continue to run around the map and annoy Yaramuno. Some more Yumis walking around, which is not bad. It's definitely not bad. Usually in the Japan mirror, you see players going Ashigaru just because they're slightly more mobile than the Yumi, but I don't think Jerimuno is expecting Optimus to go for the errant Naginata start in a Japan mirror. So these Yumis, while they're out and about over the map, kind of isolated from each other, they're still pretty safe and not susceptible to things like cav raids. But yeah, those Yamabushi getting slaughtered. It's 2. Let's
Yeah, they're
see.
getting caught out. Oh
Yeah,
no,
every
that's
single
all
one
of
is
them
gonna
dead.
die. Yeah. Oh, yeah, split.
Wow, that's
Nice
pretty
pickup.
huge.
But I think over on this
Is
side, we
that like a
also
counter
saw.
build, I guess, to do the? No, go ahead.
I'm not sure. I don't think Yaramuno lost any Yumis, but he did get pushed off by some Ashigarus of Optimus Prime. Let's take a look at this. It's lost. Yeah, still 5. Just 5 Yamabushi lost for Optimus. Not the cleanest, but that's still alright. As far as counter builds go, looking at the economies, it's actually still pretty even for both players. I think compositionally, Yaramuno's a little bit ahead with these Yumis versus the Ashigarus. Look at that, one Ashigaru going down already, being forced back into his base. But Optimus Prime does have a stable up, or at least a stable going up. And so he's going to be able to get a compositional advantage. I assume 600 coin might be arriving pretty soon, probably in about 40 to 60 seconds. So as far as, a compositional change, Jerimuno still has some time, but with pure Yumi, what else is he going to mix in? Is he going to send 600 coin himself and mix in double Ashigaru? That could be decent, but you just got to play it pretty carefully at this point. Now that both players know what each other are going for, I wouldn't play it as risky as Jerimuno was in the beginning.
Are you more of a fan of the double racks from Jerry or the rack stable from Opti?
It's really hard to tell, especially, there was a divergence in the build order. And while I said like Heavenly Kami is better for booming, if we take a look at the recalc, I think Optimus is a little bit ahead in terms of shrine count. So, like, clearly, Heavenly Kami wasn't that much better than 300 wood. In fact, practically in this game, it was no difference. So Optimus is slightly ahead of economy. Oh, and look at that. Daimyo, 5 Naganatas. This is going to be big.
Huge.
This might be
This could be
game.
game.
Look at that. There's no anti-cav whatsoever besides the Yumi themselves, but getting caught into position. Gonna be snared. Oh, gonna be snared shortly. We're close to Jerimuno's base, but it's not enough. There are sentries coming, but look. Oh my god, these Ashigaras are just right on top of these Yumis. 3 Yamabushi,
Wow.
but I think Jerimuno's forgotten about them. Boom.
Wow. Wow.
A
That's
quick
incredible.
cleanup. An early resigned Jerimuno. This kind of in his style. His first match representing SKG, just getting blown out of the water by Optimus Prime. A player that, he's, well, respectable, absolutely. I don't think people were really expecting such a quick initial victory for him, especially in like a Japan mirror. But there you go, like a really well executed, not necessarily counter build, but just a well executed build. And
Yeah.
wow.
Wow. I mean, Jerimuno, this is like his matchup. This is like this is his bread and butter. But he just got cleaned up there. He had the better composition until those Nagi and the Daimyo arrived, and they just snare with the Ashi just shooting in the back, and wow,
Yeah, there you
clean up
go.
right there.
Even Opti, he was a little
Played
bit
by
behind.
Opti.
Yeah, he got double 4 Vills out earlier than Jerimuno. And I don't think there was a divergence in card order in H2. No, they both went 4 Vill, 4 Vill. Optimus got his 4 Vills 3 minutes earlier. That's not too relevant. So, like, economies, let's look at the economies. All resources gathered, Optimus was ahead the entire game, actually. So, obviously, Jerimuno went for Kami. Optimus went for 300 wood. I'm not sure really how that came to be. How we got such a lead? I mean, it's not like a big lead, just like a few. I guess it is 1,000 resources. That is pretty big, but still, shit. Look at that. What in God's name? I think we can just move on. I mean, that was self-explanatory. I was really well executed by Optimus Prime, caught Jerimuno when he wasn't expecting it, and boom, game 1 out the way. 1 up for Nilla Ninjas. That brings the score 7-4. Nilla Ninjas leading, and I don't think like the Nilla Ninjas, they were a pretty underrated team going into for the first day of the season. They kind of got shafted at the auction when they weren't able to pick up Soldier. Soldier got sold to the Duck Squad for a pretty cheap price. So they did look like they had the weakest team, but they've been overperforming so far in their first week against SKG and moving on to Florida. It is going to be Optimus Prime's lock, so he's going to lock Civilizations first. Jerimuno's going to get the chance to counter pick, and hopefully that kind of brings his spirits up. Hopefully he doesn't falter in this game as he did in that last one, and he doesn't get too demoralized, as is one of Jerimuno's character flaws, I guess.
Yeah, no, it's a character flaw of probably most Age of Empires player. It's very easy to tilt. So who locks it first here? Is it Opti or Jerry?
Yeah, so it's going to be Optimus.
Got it.
Alright, Optimus locking a...
German Brit.
Yeah. So we did see this matchup.
German's a very pick on this map.
You think so?
Say, I think, although there's water, I think the TP, good hunt, good mine, I think it works out pretty well.
Jerimuno actually switching to
Sue.
Sue. Not another bad pick. Brits, Sue, I think those are good counter picks here. But we did see in Series 2 of the day, Conquer 999 versus Samwise. And they were playing on Florida. I think Conquer 999, he locked first, chose Germany. Samwise got the counter pick, chose British, and absolutely crushed that game. So I do think Jerimuno has some good options here. Both Brit, I would like that. Sue is also pretty good against Germany. We have seen that earlier in the tournament, Lucas versus Kaiser. Lucas was Sue and Kaiser was Germany. The map was Arizona. Kaiser did win that game, but nonetheless, I don't think Sue would be a bad pick on Florida here. But it doesn't seem like that's going to be the case. I'm greening up.
Kind of bobbling Sivs, debating what he wants, going between Brit, Dutch, Sue. I think
Yeah.
Sue's a pretty strong choice against German because age 2, Bow Rider kind of just like counter everything, essentially. Forces German to go kind of like bow pike and base. It's a bit awkward, but Dutch German on a TP map, this seems weird to me.
Yeah, so he is going to lock in Dutch. And classically, on RE Patch, this would be really unfavorable for Dutch. But on RE Patch, Dutch was a lot weaker and Germany wasn't nerfed. Now Germany are somewhat nerfed, at least in regards to their Yulins, which were a critical part of their composition against Dutch in H3 on RE Patch. Not as much here, so Dutch isn't necessarily a bad pick. It's just kind of getting up to age 3 safely that can be a concern for Dutch in this matchup, I feel. Florida, it's a map with a lot of options, and I don't think Optimus is he's not a stranger to strange economic playstyles. Like, I wouldn't put it past him to maybe go for like a one dock boom with Germany here. Alternatively, he could just do the standard thing with maybe one or two TPs, natural economy with 3 settler wagons, and just do normal stuff. I mean, by normal stuff, I mean like maybe DOPS in H2 and fuck with Jerimuno. But yeah,
I mean, the good thing about this map for Jerimuno is it may have TPs, but you can't stagecoach, so that takes that potential away from Germany. Um, I guess Jerry's game plan here is essentially how to get up to age 3 and deal with that huge age 3 German timing. And I
yeah,
mean, we could see multiple things happen here. We could see like a tower rush from Opti, which could be pretty interesting. Cav semi, which could also be interesting. Probably the most standard is like just train like 2 batches of Cav, then like age up and like try like fortress timing, something like that. Would be pretty good. But Germany kind of has the pace here. They set what the game is going to be like.
agreed. Like you mentioned, it's kind of important to point out that this isn't really a stagecoach map. Especially in Age 2, it can kind of be, a hard decision for what Dutch wants to do. Like, do they want a full boom with the wood they get from 700 wood, 600 wood? Or do they want to maybe do something a little bit more aggressive where they siege their opponent's trade post? It's just kind of a balancing act, and it's really hard to nail as Dutch against, let's take for instance, like if it were Iowa, where Germany can get 3 TP stagecoach and be mostly fine. That isn't the case on this map. There's only really 2 safe trading posts for each player. Sometimes you can get the 3rd trading post, but clearly on this map spawn you can see that's not a possibility. So that kind of removes one of the worries of Jerimuno. Even if Optimus is able to get 2 trading posts, like it's nothing Jerimuno would be able to do about that anyway. So he can just full boom without any strategic conflict going on in his mind and be okay with it.
Definitely here. Let's take a look at what treasures have been picked up so far.
Oh,
Opti with 40 XP, 30 coin, and 2 dogs. Okay.
yeah. I think if
Interesting that he picked up the 2 dogs. I wonder what he's going to use that for.
Look at that, he's getting another treasure. So
More
he's
treasures.
getting 60 food. His explorer is really low health, but those dogs are going to somewhat compensate. And look at that, 5-speed dogs versus the 4-speed envoy. Oh, oh,
His explorer is low too. Ooh, is he going to catch it? Yep,
Easy for
that's pretty
CMC.
big.
Well played by the lads today. Gib out. Thank you, Daniel, for the $1 donation. But yeah, look at that. Like I expected, that envoy is just gonna get ripped to pieces by those pups. Uh, yeah. Even Jerimuno's Explorer is really low HP, and especially against Germany, that means there's going to be absolutely no scouting done for Jerimuno. No Envoy, low HP Explorer, that's on the complete opposite side of the map. But yeah, so it's kind of Opti can get away with whatever build he wants here. I mean, I don't expect Jerimuno to be the type of player who would do some cheeky age 2 timing push as Dutch. Not that he's like a super standard player in general, but I just wouldn't really expect anything cheeky out of him, especially because he's not going to be able to scout, so he doesn't really know what might be in store from Optimus, so he's probably just going to go for the standard line of play.
Yeah, his bank's going down at a nice time. That's actually a fairly early bank, I think. Don't quote me.
Getting the bank out,
Got to
also
build a little dance around it though.
not too much idle time either.
TP from German. I want to see how much wood German cuts. Is it going to be 125? Ooh, he's got. Oh, he didn't get placement mines yet. Hmm. Yeah, Jerimuno is a good setup going for him now. I want to see what he does with this wood if he goes for military or another bank. I suspect another bank.
Yeah, stacking that food looks like a second bank rise. I would have liked it if he placed it like right here rather than to the side, but I'm sure Jerimuno is going to have plenty of time to continue to orient his base in a nice defensive position. But this food
Yeah,
in the back is really safe.
as herding is quite nice. Let's see what Opti does age 2. So he has a lot of bills on coin. Building is stable. Yeah, pretty standard stuff.
Got Opti picking up the 80 wood there. He has gathered all his wood. Doesn't seem like he's going to go for a second trade post quite yet. I think the next shipment I would place my bets on 3 settler wagons. Tell by the population. Yeah, I'm quite sure that that's 3 settler wagons that's on the way. Go. It's probably going for a somewhat standard semi-FF with Cav, it looks like.
Yeah, I'd like to see if he goes for 700 coin next or 700 wood, because if he goes for coin, he'll make 5 and just age. Good catch, Explorer. Nice pickup.
Gonna go scout with the dogs. Nice by Opti.
And Jerry's going just full greed. 700 wood just built all his banks, and then like he's 4 banks, no military building. Is he gonna ship pikes? I guess.
Wouldn't be too bad. He's got a lot of XP from building all 4 of those banks. Might go 8 pike, then
Right.
maybe 600 wood, and then age up in the midst of it.
That's probably the most likely.
Yeah, definitely. Because there's no way he can ship 600 wood here
Yeah,
and be
'cause
safe.
no, he'll get idled too much. Mm.
This is a happy situation for
700
Optimus.
coin. Wow.
Oh dear.
He's gonna eat these sheep and then maybe perhaps market trade a bit of coin for food and just go up.
Yeah, that's not really too bad. I hope he, there you go, thumb down those
The issue is
dogs.
that look at this. Forward racks, more Ulan coming. This could be bad.
That's a great call by Optimus. I really do like this from him. I'm not sure if he's committing to like
Yeah.
an Expo Pike H2, but he's definitely applying the pressure. He doesn't care that the town center fire is taking down these Yulins. It doesn't matter. He's getting way more value out of penning up the villagers in the town center, not just in terms of resource, but in terms of stalling Jerimuno's game plan, which is clearly with the 700 wood on the floor to go up to age 3 faster than Optimus. Leveraging that, like, the Jerimuno can't ship 8 pikes here, I don't think. Like, he's wanting to get up. He wants to send 9 Reuters when he gets up. So these Yulins are really, really safe just standing under Optimus's TC here. We do see Jerimuno going up, but fully penned up. No villagers gathering whatsoever. There are 4 banks, and that's decent, but not great for Dutch player.
Wow. The thing is, though, he is up, and I think, yeah, there's Dops in queue. So if he gets out Reuter, he's in a fine spot. Ooh, but he's rushing to get this stable up. He's only researching Vill HP now. One goes down. Oh, it's gonna be a lot of dead bills.
Oh, that's two, maybe a third if
That's
he's
two,
keen. That's
and
three.
a
There you go.
third for
Oh,
sure.
three, yeah.
Four.
Three.
That's four.
Oh, was a fourth? He is up to Fortress, but that
Yeah.
shouldn't deter Optimus. Yeah, Jerimuno 5 lost villagers, losing. Ooh, good Miniman call. Gonna ward off these Doppelslaughters probably. No, oh my gosh, yeah. Opti just going for the engagement, gonna kill all those Minutemen. He's gonna lose. It's like taking some damage on the Doppelslaughters, but only lost one. Not a bad trade whatsoever. Taking down that last house. Jerimuno's gonna be popped.
Another Vill.
I think 9 Reuters is on the way. It's not terrible, I guess, for Jerimuno. The scores are even. It's tough to call. There you go, 9 Reuters. Oh my god, gonna get. Oh my god.
No. That's huge. He needs to drop one back and melee it or something.
Oh, it's just not too bad. I mean, he's still in. Oh no, this is bad. Bad. So he's okay. He's gonna be able to kite.
He's broken now. He's okay now.
He's okay.
Jerry's in a fine spot now.
Yeah, so he did take a lot of the German military down here. So really, Jerimuno's not in a terrible spot. It does look like there was a lot of damage. He lost 2 houses. He was idled a lot. He lost some of his 9 Reuter shipment. But the thing is, now like there's nothing H2 colonial Germany can really do. The only thing that could have like that Opti could have done to continue the follow up was if he had like a forward outpost and he shipped 8 Expo men. That would have been able to contest the Reuters, but even then it probably is just an impossible build. And eventually he would have gotten eked out because Jerimuno has the stronger H3 military. So it seems like Optimus, he's on the way to Fortress himself. In terms of who has the lead, it's still hard to call, but Optimus has kind of mitigated any economic advantage Jerimuno could have had. He did kill 5 villagers, 6 villagers in fact. He lost a lot for it, lost 18 Yulins, 8 Dops, but maybe it's alright. We'll just have to see. It's still pretty close.
It may not seem like it right now, but I feel like Germany is actually in a good spot here. Because he's going to hit up. He's going to have pretty much 2 shipments, because once the first shipment arrives, the second one will be in queue. And there's only 9 Reuter out right now, and 1,000 wood from Jerry. Sure, he can drop another bank, which will actually help him get ahead in eco again, but I mean, Germany has that forward racks. I feel like his map control could be quite good. Although, look at this raid.
One Ville going down, likely a second too. Yeah, second one gonna go down. Not a bad raid, and it is gonna idle a lot of villagers, but it's also not game breaking for Optimus, who I imagine has a shipment on the way. Or a shipment should be on the way right now, I think.
And some Ulan gonna die.
Uh-oh. Yeah, so there's the 8 skirm shipment. Where is that popping out? Ooh, but wrong direction. Yeah, a little bit sloppy by Optimus here.
Yeah, no, this... that's a huge cache.
And they might be able to take down 3 skirmishers so far. No Reuters dead, 1 Reuter dead, 4 skirmishers down for it. 2 Reuters, 4 skirmishers. Good trade for Jerimuno.
That loss right there is honestly game losing, because you're never really going to get the skirm advantage versus Dutch. And now they're on 5 banks. Even though he's lost 6 villagers, equally Germans lost 3. So he's only essentially killed an extra 3 vills. But Dutch banks plus just being up earlier, it's all going to factor into him being ahead.
Yeah, another shipment should be coming from Jerimuno shortly, and still plenty of food and base to last him the next minute. Ooh, 10 skirms out. That is good. This is really good for Jerimuno. There you go. There's the 8 skirm shipment. And that puts Jerimuno solidly ahead. Optimus Prime is still on 1 racks to my knowledge. Let's see, 1 rack. So he's not going to get back on skirm count he would have to send 7 skirms in order to even it up. But then, even then, like his follow-up isn't actually that strong. So we do have 7 skirms popping out for Optimus, but just take a look at the scores. Jerimuno 40 score ahead, and even though Dutch usually has inflated score, this forward barracks... Oh no, what is this? A lot of skirmishers going down for free. 4 skirmishers, 5 skirmishers, 1... Oh my gosh, these trades are just going so much in the favor of Jerimuno. And Optimus is not going to be able to reinforce the way he would like to. He's just losing engagements here. This is not a good engagement for him. So Opti is sniping down the Reuters.
Not even veteran yet.
Yeah, and there's still plenty Reuters here to kill off these non-vet Yulins.
I mean, look how many skirm there are. You just can't come back from this count.
Yeah, there you go. Like, Jerimuno probably has enough skirms to one-shot a Yulin at this point. So even though we do see the 9 Yulin shipment from Optimus Prime, I think this is solidly in the favor of Jerimuno.
Absolutely huge settler wagon raid going down here. Great use of the Explorer.
Man, those guys have been having a brawl for a hot minute. You look at that settler wagons.
I know they.
This is
killed over half a settler wagon.
Yeah, this is like the Family Guy episode where it's the chicken fighting against the.
Against Peter.
Yeah.
I'd like to see him micro the Explorer so he doesn't get hit by the 10 damage punch. So he gets the 3 range attack.
Oh yeah, with that 30% range resistance. That's just
if that happens,
micro.
I'll donate $30 right now.
No, the game is over before then. Jerimuno with a quick out. Didn't even say GG. I don't... Oh, this is...
Damn,
I think...
BM.
Yeah, dude, the German players are trying to tilt each other. This is Austria versus Germany right now. This is some scary shit. This is World War III.
Yeah, Shout out to the old world wars.
Yeah, look at that. Opti nothing. What the... Oh my god. And yeah, so that went solidly to the favor of Jerimuno. We saw some interesting play from Optimus there. He was able to idle Jerimuno for a long time. Kill a lot of villagers too, but against Dutch, I mean, they have banks. Shit, what can you say? Optimus did lose a lot of units there once the Reuters got up. Even though those Reuters got into snare, Jerimuno was still able to clean up all of Optimus Prime's military. And by the time Optimus got to age 3, he had 0 units on the field. And after that, Jerimuno had plenty of time to stabilize and get his age 3 production kicking, and then he just, he had more units. He had more stuff, basically.
Wow, that build was pretty cool, honestly. The just 4 banks, 700 gold age. I feel like it shouldn't work, but it just kind of did.
And even though, yeah, like we had a scare there, but Jerimuno was mostly fine from it. And he just stuck with it, continued his game plan, and was able to eke out an advantage. And shit, that's game 2. So that does tie up the series. So currently in the standings, 7 points to the Nilla Ninjas, 5 points to Team SKG. And there are 3 points left in this series up for grabs between these 2 players. And I think Jerimuno is going to lock first. Alaska.
I'm wondering what he'll pick here. Maybe Brits, because there's like decent hunt on this map, no TP, and there's water. I feel like Brits is a pretty good choice.
Yeah, like I don't feel there are many well, I mean, there are quite a few good options for Optimus here. For example, Japan is kind of a problem civ. I don't think Jerimuno is uncomfortable with the Russia-Japan matchup. But on Alaska, Japan does have a lot going with, just shit the sea. Oh, actually, it's Jerimuno hasn't locked, so he's not necessarily going for Russia. Still has his options open to him, and he'll type in chat once he's locked his civilization. Do respect
Yeah.
the strategy here, kind of trying to juke out Optimus. I like it, dude. Coming back with a vengeance.
There's some bad blood between the two. No GG's type, just an out. Opti refraining from saying anything. It's gonna
Yeah,
be a heated series.
even before the series, I thought it was all copacetic. I mean, they were just talking to each other in German, and I don't understand speak German, so I was figuring, his friends chit chatting it up, but maybe there was some shit talk there that I didn't pick up on. So this could be a grudge
Yeah, because
match.
we wouldn't even understand it. See if Opti's gonna lock in with Otto here to counter. I feel like Otto's even no TP probably does pretty well versus India. Just like a good FF.
I don't think Auto is a bad pick. Actually, it could be a really good pick on this map. Obviously, on a no TP map, that's not going to favor Ottoman, but Ottoman don't do terribly with like C build orders where they build a dock in Age 1, train 3 or 4 fishing boats with their starting wood, and just take like a normal economy strat that way. And Obelisk guns perform really, really well against Age 2 India units. Like they don't outrange the Gurkhas. They actually have the same range as the Gurkhas, but it's just so difficult for the Gurkhas because they get 3-shotted by the Obelisk guns, and it takes them like 11 shots to kill an Obelisk. So when the Ottoman player is able to leverage, similarly massed Obelisk guns to Gurkhas, the Gurkhas just get slaughtered. Factor into that like Janissaries, which are good anti-cavalry against Sours, which are a unit that get tangled up really easily and are kind of hard to mass in the mid game for India unless they've got their economy rolling. And Ottoman is going to be his pick here. So we're launching into game 3 of this
Pop it in.
Play All 5 series. It's week 1 of the ESOC Premier League, and we have Optimus Prime representing the Nilla Ninjas. He's got 1 point on the board versus Jerimuno. SKG has also got 1 point on the board. In the standings, the Nilla Ninjas are leading this week, 7 points to 5 points. But we could see a turnaround in this series. Just depends.
I'm interested to see how Opti plays this. If he's gonna go for some water, Age 1 with the starting wood, Church definitely, but it's really whether he goes for like Age 2 Jan Avis, which is a bit rough without TP. But I think without TP, he'll probably opt for the FF. Try to do like a strong timing against India here.
Yeah, I think Optimus, Ottoman is a good pick for them. They're a civilization he's really familiar with. He actually played them in the Mono Civilization Cup as well. And he does a huge variety of build orders. He's familiar with water play, with Silk Road play, with Jan, with all of the FF variations. So I think he's going to, be adaptable when it comes to this game right here against Jerimuno's India, another one of actually Jerimuno's main civilizations. So nothing to scoff at there. But this is generally a matchup that favors Ottoman, just because, like I mentioned, those Obelisk guns are so powerful. On Alaska, though, that kind of throws that for a loop, but it's going to be really interesting to see what these players are up to.
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's see the treasures. Wow.
Oh!
Nuka Clubman.
Yeah,
Lame,
that's
lame, lame.
100%. So, pretty much automatically, that forces Optimus Prime to stay in his base. If he were going for something like a fast fortress, well, actually, on this map, in this matchup, I think you would usually be placing the Egypt Tower defensively because the India player is going to be able to get the aggro mid map no matter what. But harassing this explorer, I wonder who might get the treasure. Optimus has to be pretty careful here. Is still, I don't know if he has the crack
I
shot.
think I think Opti just dies.
There it is. Oh my gosh, lost his Explorer, lost the 80 wood.
Wow.
And then, like, in addition to that, he just gave the crack shot to Optimus for
Wow.
free. Or to Jerimuno.
Wow, wow, wow. That is so huge.
That is a really rough
That's a
start.
160 wood swing. Plus, he has a Nutka to lame, like, hurting bills, and that pretty much denies an FB. And I
In
mean, look at the treasures that are still left on the map. You have 80 wood here.
95 wood and
95, I didn't even look. Oh,
95 wood in
95.
Jerimuno's base.
Give him an extra 15. To be fair though, this map usually can spawn with like a 110 here, like a even a 150 I think is still here. Well, like only the 80 would spawn, so it's not horrible.
Yeah, Optimus did get a 60 wood treasure.
Thankfully.
Jerimuno stole the 80 wood. Jerimuno got the native scout, and pretty much the last good treasure on this map is that 95 wood. But also this 3 polar bear, he can get it later in the game, is pretty good for the India player. It'll help those elephants to be a lot more spongy when in combat. But the other 2 treasures on this map, a medicine man for 5 cougars and something. A cougar kit for 3 cougars, that's just trash. It's just trash, it's nothing
Yeah.
left on the board for Optimus to take.
This honestly could be quite good. 30%.
Oh, a little cheeky.
Ooh, oh. He was just sitting there meleeing a bunch of vills and the vills meleeed back. They weren't gonna take that abuse.
So I don't really know Optimus to be a player who tilts. So even though he kind of got that really unfortunate age 1, I don't think he's gonna let it affect him. Even though we did see some pseudo shit talk with the out no GG from either player in the last game, I think Optimus will be
Pseudo
straight.
shit talk. Well, the dock is scouted. It's crazy that the 95 wood hasn't been taken yet. I feel like if you play this map, you kind of know to like scout those corners because there's always a treasure there. It's unfortunate for Jerry. That could have been a free 95 wood. Look at the micro here. Oh well,
Ah,
if he
nice.
did that last game with his Explorer, that would have been a $30 donation.
I am very happy to see this Nooka Clubman die. I hate this guy. He just alters
I'm just
the.
happy to see this micro. Like, there's probably so much going on for India with like macro and doing a bunch of stuff, and he's literally just punching a Vill with a Nutka.
I still think the settler actually comes away from this fight
Mike,
ahead.
look, he's going into cover mode each time he's getting shot. That was hilarious. Oh, is he done? Oh, he's going back. Oh,
Oh,
micro,
dude,
no,
shit! The villager chased the Nooka.
no.
Wow, dude, that guy is a savage. That guy is an alpha.
Game over, dude. Roger just took out the Nutka Clubman. Well played. Anyways, back to the game. Got some fish boom going on. 700 wood first card here.
Oh,
Pretty standard just to get 2 dock boom going. No schooners though, so those boats are going to cost 70 each.
I think this is kind of strange from.
And 600 wood, wow.
I don't know if I necessarily like this as Jerimuno. He's definitely. I mean, he's got the defensive aggro, so he's not going to pressure heavy at all. So he's just going for a straight economic build himself, but that also allows Optimus to go pure economy too. And the difference between that and Jerimuno's standard land boom is that it also grants Optimus complete control of the sea. Now India do have a lot of anti-sea options. Of course, he can age up a little bit sooner maybe. Can probably ship 600, 300 export. I would expect is his next shipment. Then 600 coin get up probably faster than Optimus will be. And then he can ship a frigate, or he can ship 2 siege elephants, and he's might have more units on the map at that point, and is pressuring mid-map, and then he has the siege elephants. So it's kind of tenuous, but still allowing the Ottoman player to get a free sea economy, I find it pretty sketchy.
He has caravels in deck. He could ship those just to harass, but I think he'll probably just do his 300 export, get the Vil, 600 coin hit up, and just try timing an H3.
What I like from
We'll
Jerimuno,
definitely see.
yeah, what I like is he's not idling his set poise. Whereas some players might just like park them around like mid map or wherever, or try to harass. Jerimuno probably recognizes that he can't do that, and so he's just scouting out a lot more of the map. Especially because I'm quite sure he knows that Optimus is going for the C here. Having this line of sight over the resources middle map is going to help him establish his mid game land economy towards this basin, the map over here. And what that'll also do is just make contending the water later in the game a lot easier for him too. There you go. With that big treasure. Nice. And he has the 95 wood right after that too. So Optimus is not on the way up. He's doing, I think he's massing in age 2. See some Jans out. I think he's just cooling. Of course, he's got his C eco rolling. He is quite a ways ahead of the India player. And this is like another reason why I just feel like this is not good from Jerimuno. Because Jerimuno, in terms of his economic options, he has the big trickle, that's like a 5 vil shipment. He has the export, which is like another 5 vil shipment once you've got the Ottoman villagers. But after that, like, what more do you do in terms of economy? You just get economic upgrades. He's got the dock up, so he's going to have a dock of his own. But with full C established for Optimus Prime, that leaves him with more economic options towards the mid game with his mosque upgrade, another TC shipping 1,000 wood, a rendering plant now coming out. His economy is just vastly superior to the Indian one. And in terms of tech, in regards to aging up or massing in age 2, they're still both roughly even. The difference being that Optimus has a stronger economy and a stronger potential for economy in the future.
Yes. Indeed. And it looks like Jerimuno is going to click up earlier, but I wonder if Opti's going to age fast because he will have a shipment, but I don't know. I'm ready to see that though.
Yeah.
Is there a way to see which upgrades he has on like how fast his bills are training for Opti?
So if you go to the text being researched, or oh no, text completed, should be, there you go. He's already got
Oh,
millet
okay.
system. That's that one with the settlers on it. He got that at the,
Yes, we got that age
yeah,
one.
right out the gate.
Right.
The 2
All right, he's
caravels.
clicking up. Let's see what he clicks up with.
Nice. Jerimuno gathered for the age up instead of 600
Wow,
coin. He's got 2 caravels on the field.
he's aging up with Opti's aging up with a Caravel 400 wood, which makes sense. Wow, Opti sent both rendering plant and fish market. His boats are going to be insane.
Yeah, and he's still got plenty of fish in the back of his base to burn through. There's like another 1,500 or, yeah, 1,500 food there. Another 1,500 or 2,000 food over here. And everything once he's established all over the coast. He's got a galley and queue. But these caravels are going to pick up pretty successful little raid here. So let's see.
Look at units lost. Opti's lost 12 Jan and 6 fishing boats compared to a Vil and 5 Seapoy. Make that 2 Vils. I mean 1 Vil for Opti. Like that's like a lot of lost eco and units compared to Jerimuno.
Well, this is going to be big. Oh no! Optimus didn't get the. There you go. Oh my god, 1 caravel being taken down. Other at risk with another galley as well. Oh, let's see if he can micro it. Come on, baby. Oh, that is so bad. Just 2 more shots and that caravel would be down. So this, he's held on land, but the economies are still, they've kind of evened out. Although Optimus has way better upgrades on his fishing boats. He's even got long lines, like the final um, fishing upgrade from the dock.
Yeah. His boats are pretty insane right now. Double carded and double dock
Oh,
upgraded. Losing track of his units up here. Kind of lost a few of them. Minutemen a bit of an overreaction. And a frigate as well.
that's pretty good, but look at
Jerry.
this. These upgraded boats, improved warship sent.
Yeah.
Oh my god! That frigate just got nuked. Another one in training, and it might do pretty well against these remaining two galleys. They're focus firing down the dock, but wow. I mean, that was. Even when Jerimuno comes ahead after he kills this galley here, if he's able to kill this last galley, that was still a really, really favorable trade for
Denying the
Jerimuno.
TC.
All right, nice denying the TC, but that Explorer, look at how many Vills Optimus has on coin. I don't think he's going to be afraid of ransoming that back and just sending his units to establish this position and getting that additional town center up. I think he's completely fine here. Oh, wow, dude. Just absolute control over the sea. Got Jan's now in place. Typical Somali raid with the Set Boys or the potential for one. Ooh, but this Mahout, what is it doing? I wouldn't run that galley away.
Yeah.
Oh, but he's got a frigate here. Does he get the shot off? Standard. Not bad, though.
Shot the other one. It's in the corner here, well hidden. But, ooh.
Lost the dock. This is going to bode very poorly for Jerimuno. And he built one of these frigates. That's 500 wood, 500 coin. That's a huge investment. And he's about to lose it.
Yeah. Wow, great micro from Opti too. Saves his caravel.
Yeah,
Or
real
his
keen.
galley.
Didn't lose a single galley, and now he has established complete control over the water. And the only thing Jerimuno could really do to get more control over it would be to ship the 2 siege elephants. But just taking a look at what's going on the land, Jerimuno's still not able to pressure with more sepoys coming in. That's not going to fare well against the superior Janissary mass. Mamluks coming out for Optimus, and that's going to round out his composition. Once he remembers that. There you go. And in fact, I think there you go. We have an artillery foundry coming out for Optimus. He could go. He could go for Falx. I might prefer that to going for Obus guns because Falx would offer a better timing. He can immediately train those rather than having to get like veteran Obus upgrades and Obus also training slowly. So if he trains Falx here, makes Jans, especially with if you take a look at his coin count, yeah, I definitely think he's going for Falx here and gonna go probably an 8 Jan and then like 5 Falcon at push.
He's queuing Abus.
Oh, really? You.
He's making a saloon though. How do you
Okay.
check what's in the saloon?
You can just click on
Hold
it.
one of these buttons.
So 2 Falconet shipment, Black Riders,
Okay,
and
so
Obus guns.
Black Riders. Black Riders is pretty good.
Oh, Yurumi here, but those are just going to get minced by these Falconets, and the Mamluks especially. I don't find Jerry to be in a great position in this engagement. Might get down a Falc, might get down the second Falc too. Okay,
Oh,
it's really not that bad. The Sepoys on the Mamluks.
wow. Wow, that went way better than I thought it would.
Yeah, I mean, he lost all the Yurumi at this point, but there's still plenty of Sepoys DPSing down the rest of Optimus Prime's military. These Obus guns are also getting nuked by some of these Hussars that were raiding in the back. It's not totally, like, terrible for Optimus Prime, though, considering he's ahead in terms of economy at this stage. But still, I mean, that was a decent engagement for Jerimuno.
The issue here is that Opti has water eco that honestly at this point the boats are probably better than Vils because they're double carded and double dock upgraded. So those are pretty much unidleable Vils that can endlessly gather for the next probably 10 minutes on sea. Whereas Jerry has these land Vils that are walking around and are clunky and can be idled, and Otto gets two TCs which with free vills pumping out, so he can spend that food on, or I guess for India would, on units rather. I feel like Opti's in a pretty commanding spot here. He just needs to get out of mass and do it. He's training Falx now. He has 1 in Q.
Plenty of
I think
resources.
if he can get a pop of like 4, that'd be huge.
Like, there's so many resources still left on Optimus' side of the map, just because like all of his eco is coming from the sea, so he's only needed to gather what, there's a 1700 coin mine that is just completely ungathered. Yeah. 3 Falx here. Oh, out of position. It's tough.
What is he doing? Why didn't he cover his own Falx? It still worked out like okay, but
losing 2 Falx, like you said, it's still okay. Yeah, so he's still gonna come away with 1 Falc, but yeah, Obiskun's out of position. That was a weird fight.
oh, another Falcon Q.
This is just not right from Jerimuno.
Oh,
like,
he's gonna age up. He's gonna age up.
Even going to Industrial. I don't think that's the wisest play, but I mean, screw it. You're already, what, 60 score ahead?
He's going for so many Sour. They're triple carded.
Optimus is happy to just say, you know what, you be the one to apply the pressure. I've got everything I need. I'm over here cooling. You can do whatever you want. And there's a huge, massive, disciplined and upgraded Sours. They got East India Company on them as well. Yeah. Interesting composition from Jerimuno, and how that's going to fare against this massive pure Janissaries and Falconets. It's yet to be seen, but Jerimuno does have Optimus Prime outmassed at this point. In an awkward position with not much food left in his bank. Still a lot of coin, 2 Falconets popping out, 3 Falconets in total on the field. But Sepoy is just moving around the map at their leisure.
Oh, get the volley. Oh, come on.
Oh, this is bad for Jerimuno.
Huge.
And he locked fire. There you go.
Huge volley. Oh.
Oh, but look at this. Oh my gosh.
How many vills did you just lose?
You know, I'm not sure how many vills Optimus Prime lost in the early game, but that was unquestionably a huge raid.
Oh yeah, that was a big raid for sure. Wow.
Even sieging down the frigate here.
India's ahead.
So India is somewhat ahead, but you also got to consider these fishing boats have Imperial upgrades. Basically, they have like as much as an Imperial villager with the capital upgrades. The frigate almost died there, but Optimus did notice it and was able to pull it back out towards the open sea.
The Spahi.
Ooh. And he scouted the age up, so he might even be able to siege that, even if he doesn't go for it directly. Now the Spahi's taken down some of the villagers, going to slow down the age time. Jerimuno committing to it, or maybe he just doesn't have the macro for it. Going to lose some of these villagers. And next on the roster is this Wonder itself, going to prevent the age up from Jerimuno. This looks like the Taj Mahal too, so that would have been the ceasefire ability if it were able to go up, but...
Oh my, is he actually going to get it down?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, more huge raids coming down here. You just lost like 4 or 5 bills. Yeah, that Wonder's down.
A lot of XP for the Ottoman player too.
You can just replace the Wonder though, right? He gets all the resources back. Yeah, okay, placing it there.
Oh my! A guard Janissaries completely surrounded. This is pretty good for Jerimuno. And just imagine if Jerimuno were able to put in like another 3,000 units worth of 3,000 resources worth of units, and this fight actually isn't going to the favor of Jerimuno at all. In fact, those Spahis, still 2 Falconets alive. They might get caught by these redcoats, but it's still okay. Even more Spahis on the way. 6 Spahi shipment. Oh, and this is crushing for Optimus.
Wow.
Wow. That's all that can be said. Like, what is gonna stop this Spahi
Push
death
over
ball?
here. This is where he needs to push all the vills.
Like, I could
All the
honestly
vills are there.
expect these 9 Sepoys to take on this Sepoy mass head on and still come out ahead. Aggro down, stable down.
Spahi, once they're guard, are actually super insane. Ceasefire. Why would he call that? Huh.
I think it's just to buy him time so he can raid with his Sepoy mass, but it's still not. It's like, what's it really gonna do? Oh yeah, and now he's going back, so he's on the defensive again, and he's just down in economy, losing all of his infrastructure. It's a tough position to be India here. I honestly think it's unthrowable.
Oh, you know what? Sub me in and I would prove you wrong. I would 1,000,000% be able to throw this. Guarantee.
I guess if your main isn't Ottoman, it might make sense that you're able to throw this. You just not have the ingenuity to go for industrial Abyss Spahi gameplay. Boom, this is gonna be it. It's probably the last engagement of the game.
Not in the right spot.
I don't think Optimus particularly minds that though. Poor Falcon Nets. Let's take a look. Oh. Still interesting. These Falconets are just putting in so much work though that even when the the Sepoy mass, or sorry, the Janissary mass dwindles down. Look at that 4. Oh my god. I gotta say, the scores did even up. I mean, Jerimuno was like way down in score a little bit earlier, but he probably just had a lot of units in queue. Still, Optimus Prime coming out ahead here, just destroying everything. Destroying Jerimuno's military, destroying his economic production, that town center. Gonna take down the Taj Mahal, get a lot of experience points, and prevent any future ceasefire. Jerimuno might be going for a raid, but raid with the 2 question marks after it because like literally every villager is right by the coast, tucked way in the back of his base here. Not much to raid.
Fair enough. I mean, it has to be game over. There's 4 age 4 Falcons and like a bunch of age 4 Jan. I mean, I guess this engagement, that's weird.
Oh, whoa. I guess the emissaries go into melee. It's a little bit of a mess up with the control groups.
Yeah, dude, I agree. I don't like water carry.
A little bit early.
Not a huge fan.
So I guess Jerimuno's just massing what he can. Probably gonna go for one last engagement just to just for the satisfaction of seeing his units get slaughtered. But oh my god, those blasts! I really want to see. I just want to see them. All those units walk into these this artillery mass.
Damn, I want to see who would win.
From both sides,
Well,
this is sick.
Walking into this. Yeah, it's like a sandwich. Oh no! Oh no!
Gotta say, I appreciate it.
Unfortunate. We did clean up the Jan mass, but here come the bomb. Oh. Wow.
Oh, that's gold.
What a volley.
Normally Jerimuno is the type of player to resign a little bit earlier than the game needs to be called. I think in this case he's kind of just trying to extend out the game to tilt Optimus. But I don't know to what effect it necessarily has. I feel like by staying in this game any longer, he might just be making himself a little bit, riling himself up more than he needs to. And instead of dragging this game out, could just be conferring with his teammates and focusing on a strategy for the next game. But it is up to him. I mean,
It's as if Opti is going for the Imperial Age.
got plenty of wood to build a
Potentially.
whole plantation economy.
Why is he question marking?
Oh, this is just dastardly. So we have had a 27-minute game so far, and hopefully this is the longest game of the series. I do know it's pretty late for both Optimus and Jerimuno. Right now it is... I think it's almost midnight for them. So we do see the 2 siege elephants going to combat with the 5 Spahi shipment of Prime. They did get some shots off there, but nothing died. It's fired. Villagers living in peace for as long as they possibly can, but I don't think the a long-lived treaty. Oof.
Gathering in harmony. Jerimuno, beautiful micro here.
Oh my gosh, the 2 siege elephants from the back. They're just getting sniped down by the artillery, of course, but worthy effort.
I don't think it matters. The standard 5 Spahi age 4 shipment. Out.
Out. Raus. And that'll be Optimus Prime leading the Nilla Ninjas into their second match victory. It's not quite over yet, of course, but it does put Optimus 1 point closer to winning the series, which isn't always of the utmost import, because what matters most is scoring as many points as possible for the team, or even if you are down, scoring the points in that last game. Still, Optimus has sufficiently tilted Jerimuno by the seams of it. I don't think we need to analyze that game much further. Pop out. I guess to get a final word in on that game, I think it was just the passiveness of Jerimuno. Even though he did go for like a 2 caravel contention, it just wasn't enough. Like, you were going pure land economy versus the mixed economy of Ottoman, which was both land and sea. And Jerimuno wasn't able to pressure the Ottoman player at all. He did a defensive aggro, so his units took forever to walk up to Optimus Prime's base, and that just gave Opti ample time to eco up and then push his advantage that way.
Yeah. Jerimuno is mildly tilted right now by the seams of it. Who picks first this time? Is it... This time it's Opti?
Alright, so yes. It'll be Optimus picking first. And he can actually go for the double Ottoman if he so chooses.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you could just stay auto. Gib just messaged in the Duck group chat that he had to go because there was a roof leak.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I think yeah, Gib had some emergency situation, and he wasn't able to communicate. Yeah, it's just an unfortunate situation. They had to yeah, series early there.
Yeah. Use the restroom. I'll be back in 2 minutes.
Oh my god. The assault from Jerimuno. I definitely think Jerry is a skilled player, but man, that really makes me think that the German chatting that happened before the series wasn't all copacetic. There was some beef going on there. So Optimus on Aztec. This is lock. Jerimuno to count. Might even be comfortable maybe going for India a second time in a row, considering what this map is. It's Arizona. Go for Germany here. So we see Aztec versus Germany. So unfortunately, I think I placed my bets on Jerimuno winning the series and Jerimuno 4-1 and 5-0. So there is still the potential for Jerimuno to win the series. But unfortunately, my 4-1 and my 5-0 bets for Jerimuno's victory are a little bit dashed. And I don't think Jerimuno is in the best mindset to out some more victories. But give him an excuse. I mean, it is pretty late for him. It seems Optimus is ready, so as well. But once Baus gets back, I'll cool it. I won't mention it just because I don't want to tilt Jerimuno any further. But Baus is getting a glass of water right now. Yeah, I'm caught between a rock and a hard place where I have more knowledge than the players, but I feel like if I inform the players that Baus is off.
I am back.
There we go. Perfect.
Sorry about making you wait. I hope it wasn't too long.
It was about 30 seconds with which to tack onto the time to tilt Jerimuno.
Oh, oh, I saw the kite coming right as I left, and it was really funny.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Jerimuno's just a ball of laughs
come on,
today.
Jerry, you got this.
I know. I wish you would have as much confidence in him as I
German
do.
Aztec.
But the matchup we have right now going into game 4, after the Civ reset, it was Optimus's luck. On Mendocino, he chose Aztec, and Jerimuno counterpicked with Germany. Jerimuno spawning in the south in the blue color. Optimus in the north, like Aztec, he's going to be in the red. Now, as far as this matchup in particular, I'd say it's kind of you flip a coin, and that's about how it normally goes. Usually, both players kind of commit to Age 2 gameplay. Germany usually goes for a composition of some expos, a lot of DOPs, and a lot of Yulins. Aztec just does their normal composition, maybe a little bit heavier on the pikemen. But it's usually an Age 2 contention from both, because going up in this matchup can be kind of unsafe with what both civilizations can field. That said,
60 wood scouted by Jerimuno here. And a tomahawk just to tilt Jerimuno. I like the play.
Oh, that's going to be rough.
Hopefully we can deny an Age 1 TP. I think that's factored into his decision making into getting the treasure is Jerimuno's tilted. I could either get, let's say, for example, 90 food, or I could get a tomahawk. He's going to the 70 food, but I think he should just get this and just deny the TPs.
Yeah, it's especially smart. He continued scouting out to probably where he knew, like, one of those types of treasures might spawn. And he can always come back for this 90 food and be in a safe position where likely the German export isn't going to be. That was pretty wise. Plus, like you said, he's going to be around the trading post area later in the transition to the colonial age.
Oh, is he gonna?
Oh,
he wants the back herd hunt.
Oh, I didn't notice that. Yeah, that's big. Not necessarily making the most of, I guess, like, he could have sent that settler to go gather food immediately, but probably not the best play. Oh, where is that hunt?
I really wanted him to go. Whoa, look at this.
Yeah.
Oh no.
This is a pretty strange game already.
Gonna go for the tilt.
Oh my god. Yeah, this is the ultimate Pokemon army. You have a Renegado, a Black Bear, a Tomahawk, and a Cherokee Rifleman.
Pokemon army.
So the only thing we're missing here is an Inca and a Nootka, and then you would have pretty much the whole cater.
At that point, you just resign.
Yeah, so I don't know if Jerimuno would have kind of planned to have like an FB in this matchup either way. So as far as, the potential that this army will have a lasting impact on the game, probably not. But still, if these units get caught in an engagement with 2 Yulins, that's basically could be like 2 Yulins killed for, free. Kind of prevents Jerimuno from going for raids, again, like if they were to get into an engagement with these units. But it just like creates this massive aura of units that Jerimuno can't contest in the early colonial. That's kind of funny. Plus, one other thing to note is that that rifleman has 40 ranged attack, which is going to just decimate Doppelsodners. As long as it's alive towards the mid-colonial.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll not take that.
A little bit of humor, not taking it too seriously. It is an unfortunate situation for the German player, but okay, be very careful with that villager there.
Oh, he could lose this. Oh my! Please, I so want to see the tilt happen. I pull tricked it, or at least attempted to. Jeez, that's actually like a big H2 army.
So 4 villagers coming forward for Optimus here. He's got the wood for his age up 700 wood on the floor, or not wood for his age, wood for his war hut.
Yeah.
Yes,
I think he's sending 4 because he was a bit late to place it down. I kind of want him to go for TPs as Aztec.
It wouldn't be bad. I mean, his explorer is a little bit occupied right now, but oh, there you go. First trade post up for him.
Here it is.
Oh, and no trade post for Jerimuno simply because he lost that explorer. And in fact, that's probably what this settler wagon was doing out here for. He wanted to build the trading post with his settler wagon, but getting caught out by these gnats completely changed that game plan. And look, oh, the free villager that
that's
Jerimuno.
a dead villager.
Yeah.
Oh no, he needed to snare with his explorer. I think he's fine.
Might get away. It's still a lot of damage. There you go. One last shot. Oh, pull tricking it. Nice catch.
One more shot.
Oh,
oh beautiful.
Safe. Yeah. Still, the fact that that could have gone down and that took some macro time away from Jerimuno, and it's just so impactful. It's so impactful.
So there's the Ulans now down to clean everything up.
Clearly in sight of...
They're going to take down an Ulan.
Take down a Ulan. And 3 coyotes. There you go. Oh. So advantageous. It didn't kill a villager. Like, all of those native converted guardians and picked up native treasures, like, they didn't kill a villager, okay, but they still killed a Ulan. They prevented a lot of gathering time from some villagers. They prevented the trading post, and that's had a massive impact on this game. In fact, Optimus, the Aztec player, who normally has just more XP no matter what because of Fire Pit, they're the ones with the trading post this game, whereas Jerimuno's high and dry. He's got a stable out on the field, some Ulans in queue, but let's look at his shipment sent. That's going to be a while before that shipment comes in. That's going to be at least another 40 seconds because Jerimuno just got the shipment ready for it. And I really do wonder what that's going to be and how that can bring Jerimuno back into this game, because it's not looking terribly advantageous for him so far.
Yeah. Going to raid. I guess that's his game plan to get back in here. Are there any exposed villagers? There's one out here.
Optimus, bring it back. Might lose one.
Oh.
Very close.
Wow.
Oh, that's
tilting.
That's really frustrating.
Oh, still gonna lose this one.
Might not with the coyotes coming into.
He won't lose it.
Nice rendezvous. Oh, but might get caught. Playing it safe.
Okay.
That was good by Jerimuno.
Just gonna kill the one. That was smart. He dropped the low HP one back.
In fact, oh, take a look at this. This is gonna be good. This could be some heat as long as Jerimuno notices it. Oh yeah, look at that.
Oh.
This is what he needed to swing it back into his favor. And we even have 3 Doppelsaunders.
Honestly.
I don't know how many vills are going to go down here. It seems like definitely 2, maybe a 3rd, but the coyotes reconvening. Only 2 villagers down, but it is going to delay 3. Optimus a lot. Plus, this war hut is almost sieged down.
Oh, there's 3 dead, 3 dead. What is Opti doing? He kind of just has a ton of food.
He sent 600 wood. Now he's building a war hut in base. But his composition is really awkward at this stage because he's going up against pure Ulan. So what can he ship? Is he going to ship 6 pike? He's got the 3 Jaguar Prowl Knights. That's a really good call. 10 mace. It's also going to help against the 3 Dops. And I think those Jaguar Prowl Knights are probably enough anti-cavalry to sway Jerimuno away from engaging in Optimus's base. I would have liked to have seen Jerimuno siege down this trading post with his 3 Doppelsaunders rather than bringing them to Opti's base. But it's still alright. But the only problem is that this trading post is probably going to stay up for quite a while longer.
I think Jerimuno just goes back after this trade post in ages.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that's a bad game plan either. Like, split off like a 2 raid group over here, 2 Ulan raid group, and then another one here, just to keep the Aztec player occupied.
Time.
Precisely.
Yeah.
In fact, yeah, that seems like what Jerimuno's mostly going to do. Obviously, he's going back with all of his units, but he is going to go to Fortress.
Yeah.
Taking a look at Optimus's distribution too. Okay, he's got a lot of Puma Spearmen in queue, actually. But on just 1 war hut, that's not going to give him a timing push per se. He's just not going to be able to train units fast enough with which to be able to pressure Jerimuno, who's already halfway to age 3 right now.
No, Jerry's in a great spot.
I agree. He's
I mean, he's up
almost.
Fortress. He's
I'm pretty sure that Optimus also aged up fast to Colonial, so he's definitely going to be stranded in Age 2. Like, he just will never have the time to go up to Fortress Age himself, especially now that he's committed to Age 2 with the Puma Spearman production, 9 Mace Walton being shipped. So this is his timing push. Like, he sees the age up. There's no more waiting that he can do. If he wants to win this game, it has to be now. This is when Germany's at its weakest, and this is when Aztec is going to be at his strongest. Even with a shipment coming in for Jerimuno, I still feel like this is probably the best time for Aztec, and Optimus has to make something happen.
is he tacking veteran? Yep, veteran's almost in. Wow. I mean, he just needs to go just Ulan War Wagons pretty much.
We got the Vet
He could
Eulens.
pop like 5 skirm.
This isn't terribly bad for Opti. 5 skirms. Oh, it's tenuous. Oh,
Nah,
3
this is
War
gonna be
Wagons.
game.
Nice. He's
He
saving
can
the
just
barracks.
continuously keep snaring and.
Gotta be careful.
Jerimuno,
Oh no, this could be it. I think this is it.
Oh no, Jerimuno. Still fine, but that micro is looking scary for a second there.
I mean, he's got to snipe down these Puma Spearmen. That's the big contender on these low HP Eulens. Minutemen being called. Nice. But Jerimuno is nowhere near another shipment. Oh, he is cleaning up, though. All of the melee. Pretty much all of the melee. There you go. Wow.
You gonna say his classic out?
Okay, respect.
The banter. GG out.
Oh, nice.
At least there's some typing this game.
Yeah, so that'll tie it up 2-2. And yeah, I mean, all the melee units were kind of gone for Jerimuno there. Or sorry, Optimus. And he just had exposed Mace Walton while the German player was up to Age 3. So it was over at that point, even if it looked kind of decent at one stage.
Yeah, it was a bit scary that final fight. He kind of ran his Ulan into all the into all the pike and the Jaguar Prowler whatever's.
It's slow on the
He
uptake.
almost lost a ton of Ulan there.
Yep.
2-2 though. This is gonna be a good final game. I'm ready for it.
So my bets aren't entirely screwed. There is still the potential for Jerimuno to win the series. But it's going to be his lock first on map number 5, which is Arizona. So Optimus is actually going to get the opportunity to counterpick. Just a reminder, so half of all donations that occur during the month of September will actually go towards the ESOC Premier League prize pool. So currently we're sitting at, if I'm not mistaken, let's see, 270, 200 something or another dollars worth of, $286 worth of. The original prize pool was $500, so the prize pool right now is sitting at $643. So if you're really enjoying the event, it's the first of its kind, the first season of the ESOC Premier League. If you'd like to see it be more successful and support your favorite players, especially going into those final weeks, your donations will count towards funding that winning team, the EPL reigning champs. Seems like Optimus is comfortable with this matchup, the final matchup. Sioux versus Japan. So the final game of this Play All 5 series between Nilla Ninja's Optimus Prime and SKG Jerimuno, week 1 of the ESOC Premier League. Looking at the scores, I believe it's 8 points to the Nilla Ninjas and 6 points to Team SKG. So getting one more point for the Nilla Ninjas would put them at a sizable advantage, and getting one more point for Team SKG would even up the scores and bring them all the more close. So this is the final game. Jerimuno, he's going to be playing in the blue color to the north as the Sioux. Optimus Prime, the color red is Japan, and Japan was his counter pick to Jerimuno's Sioux. Map is Arizona. Right off the bat, a small coin treasure for Jerimuno. That's pretty good considering it's also a wood start.
Nice.
So yeah, Jerimuno can probably get a market off the start of that. Get hunting dogs early. Usually Sioux doesn't get like sort of that techie play. They usually just gather food, as far as I know. That's definitely pretty good for him. He's not going to have to gather any gold whatsoever.
That's pretty huge too, to be honest. He's gonna
80
take a lot of
wood.
damage though.
In fact, maybe he'll even, yeah, he's going to botch going for the market, and he's just going to get a trade post instead with that 80 wood. Going to take a little bit of damage for it, but definitely worth it, considering the advantages of an early TP.
That's crazy. That's such a good start. Early TP Sioux.
But it's not all sunflowers
I wonder
for,
if this can get away.
oh, right, because that Japanese explorer can actually stun the outlaw, but probably didn't have it saved up at that point. Or maybe he was just,
Yeah, he got the 2 food treasures in base.
maybe he does with the other explorer,
Oh
though.
no, I think he'll get it now.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep, there it is.
I don't know that that's necessarily true. I think Sioux can do pretty decent against Japan, but it is pretty difficult to contest the Shrine Broom.
Yeah, I feel like if he can get the TP line and age up, that's ideal, but I feel like, I'm gonna do a prediction. The card order is gonna be 300 wood, and then some aggressive stuff, either 300 export or 5 ashy. That's my prediction. Just based off of how Opti likes to play Jap. He kind of likes to do like more aggressive stuff.
Yeah, I wonder. I'm pretty sure he's going to go for the Toshogu again, but he could go with something aggressive, like you mentioned. Um, exactly what that'll be, and
Oh,
yeah, I mean,
there's
there's
the
just
300 wood.
there's just so much variation that Japan can do with the doing this 300 wood start, especially with their early units. It's really tough to call. Really tough to expect what Optimus is exactly going to do.
See that too?
Yeah, I mean, Optimus has actually gotten a lot of food worth of treasure so far. 30 food, 35, then 75. That adds up to 140 food so far. And
Do you see
already
this wolf just standing here?
wolves. Yeah, that must be a bugged treasure. In fact, that wolf is just there visually. You can't even click on it.
No, you can't.
Oh,
Huh.
a 60 food, but definitely not gonna contest that with the explorers nearby. And only on 110 hit points. That's pretty low for Sioux Explorer.
Yeah.
So I
There's
think
always different variations of what you can do with your age up wood Sue. I would personally like to see Jerimuno get another TP. Like probably this one here. With his age up wood as well as a stable or something. Let's see what Opti's aging up with here. Is it Toshogu? Yeah, it's Toshogu.
seems Jerimuno went
I
with
kind of
the. Yeah, go ahead.
I kind of want to see him whittle away at this treasure here. Just convert it because it's also a good guardian, and then with like his first 5 bow rider, axe rider, you could kind of just pick that up. 320 XP is really valuable.
Instead, going for the convert on a Kurger, a cougar.
Cougar on a Kurger. 4 acts first. Whoa, did Jerimuno age fast?
Yeah, he did actually. Oh. You know, if he's keen, like if I think he sees that that treasure is being taken, so these Japanese explorers are really vulnerable. They are high HP, so I don't think they're gonna go down. Oh, back to Jerimuno, completely ignoring it, just going straight for Optimus's base. 4 villagers on the barracks.
Notice the early age and just trying to get that down. Even an early
Oh,
age from Optimus, but oh, he could have blocked. Oh,
sentries. That's good. That's good. Might lose a villager though. I did
oh,
save the villager and
wow.
one Axe Rider down, barracks up. This is looking good for Opti. This is looking really good.
Yeah, this is looking good because he has his racks up. He had an early age up. Sue went up early, which means he didn't get 400 wood from aging. This just looks not the greatest for Jerimuno here. Not the start he was hoping for. He was probably hoping to clean up a Vil, that maybe some explorers, but those 4 acts really didn't accomplish anything.
Yeah,
Nor did the
boss.
early age.
You're even totally right. So it's 300 export Optimus's first shipment in age 2.
If
And
if it's 5 Ashy next, I'm a I'm a odd. I don't even know. I'm trying to figure out the word. What is it? Oracle?
yeah, Oracle.
I don't know.
But 6 Ayana is the 6 Seatonbow is the next shipment for Jerimuno. So again, committing to this super aggressive gameplay. Oh, but the sentry still got some HP with which to
And
sponge.
there
5
it is,
Ashi on the field,
ladies and
caught out.
gentlemen, the 5 Ashy.
It's close, but Jerimuno's gonna lose everything here. 5 clubs, and those are actually gonna be probably be good enough to snare the Setons and let Optimus Prime kill everything on the field for Jerimuno. So Jerimuno isn't actually behind on
Honestly,
economy.
I haven't been focused on the game. I'm just glad that he went 300 wood, 300 export, 5 Ashy.
Yeah, he went exactly for the build that you called. 300 export, 5 Ashi.
That's funny.
Got the
I
5
think 5 more
Yamabushi.
Ashy and he's gonna push.
Yeah. Oh, even some Shinobis coming out from the consulate.
2 dogs. Interesting. I feel like those aren't too useful.
They do have 550 HP, but oh, the Daimyo coming out. I
Mm,
think this is just too good. This is just too good for Jerimuno. Or sorry, too good for Optimus. Because that Daimyo is not going down anytime soon, and with the Yamabushi here, boom, already 1 dog soldier dead, so I think this is lights out.
yeah. This is game over. This is game over once I predicted the build.
Jerimuno is just never going to be able to mass enough relevant units again.
Here are my clubs.
Oh, maybe they get the Daimyo!
Nope, nope,
There you go.
nope. Oh no.
Just insult to injury. Oh, it's tough. So Optimus does pick it up 3-2, which give the ninjas a commanding lead this week. There still are 2 more games for them. There's Snow versus Age of Killer, and that I'm forgetting. Goodspeed versus Wicked Cossack left for the Nilla Ninjas. So there still is an opportunity for SKG to counter the wave, but like I said, you know, Nilla Ninja's in a commanding spot right now, leading in the EPL standings 9-6 over SKG. And with 3 matches out of the
Wow.
way,
That's an upset.
yeah, I don't think they're happy with these results at all.
Everyone was saying SKG was like going to be the dominant team here, and I kind of agreed. But on paper, they may look good, but in actuality, they're not performing how they'd like to.
Yeah, I think a lot of people thought Jerimuno would put up a solid performance, and I think in some of those games he did. But Optimus Prime showing he is absolutely no slouch himself. Even if he's not as active as he might have been in the past, he still got all that strategy locked up in his mind, and he was able to execute on it today and take a match win home for his team.
Well played by both. I think the tilt got a bit to Jerimuno's head, but it happens.